Right, 3 July 2025, and as clockwork, we are here at 5 a.m. every day on Gambakwe Media, the most consistent media house and the biggest in Zimbabwe. And I would like to appreciate all the support that we're getting across the board. So let's get started. Today we're going to be very fast, and let's start with the trending story. That is the military deployment that took place in Harare yesterday. So most of you woke up to the deployment of the soldiers in Harare, and you saw a lot of army trucks around Harare driving around. So when army trucks drive around for no reason, this brings about anxiety in the citizens because you don't know what is happening. Because the job of soldiers is not to police. The job of soldiers is to maintain order. So if you see a soldier, you must get out of the way. So a soldier does not have the order to be friendly to you. When a soldier gets out, he's got one mission: to clear a problem. And when you see a soldier on the street, it means there is a problem being cleared. So yesterday, the soldiers went out. No one explained what they were doing. There was no explanation of any military drill, and there was no prior announcement to say why were the Zimbabwe soldiers out on the street. And as usual, I did talk to my sources and say, what's going on? Why do we have soldiers on the street? And they emphatically told me that this was Mnangagwa who had deployed the soldiers. So the deployment was made by Mnangagwa, and this was to sort of like bring fear into the people after the announcement by Geza. So what Mnangagwa does is, after Geza does make a speech, he just flexes his muscle and he took out the soldiers into the street. As I said last week, Mnangagwa has now completely taken control of the military structures, especially at the top, and he's got free rein to do whatever he likes with the military. So this was part of a long process by Mnangagwa since December to remove any senior military officials that are aligned to Chiwenga. So Mnangagwa taking out the military just to show you that he can do it, and he doesn't have to tell you anything. So that is what happened yesterday. What you saw yesterday was a deployment by Mnangagwa and soldiers just driving around aimlessly for no reason around Harare, and they will never say anything about it. You never see a statement in any place or in any newspaper. Remember, yesterday was Chiwenga's birthday. They don't care about it, and you will not see anything about Chiwenga's birthday in any press. When Mohadi had a birthday, there was a lot of happy birthday messages. When there was a birthday for Auxilia, lots of happy birthday messages. But for Chiwenga, they roll out the tanks just to show him who is boss. So this is what is happening with Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa feels so confident that he's got no opposition. And I want to show you what else he has done. So Mnangagwa has today announced the awards of tenders. So I want to show you the awards of tenders. And this is crazy. So Tagwire, once again, has received a contract of almost $500 million, US dollars. And this is Mnangagwa. Remember, these guys are talking about corruption. So the war veterans are talking about corruption. Mnangagwa is not even heeding anything they're saying. And he is just going on as if nothing is happening. So look at the awards that have been announced today. And I want to take you straight to this award here. So this is the tender awards for all the roads across the country. I want to bring your attention to this line here. Unfortunately, I don't know how to highlight this for you. My system doesn't have a highlight. So rehabilitation, widening, and upgrading of Harare Churundu Road, $362 million US dollars. This is the biggest award here in US dollars, which is going to fossil Contracting. And Fosu Contracting is obviously a Tagwire company. So no doubt about it, over here at the top, and we're going to dig deeper here. There is a lot of companies belonging to Tagwire's friends here. So they don't care. And we are now at that point where everything that is happening is a show of force by Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is now showing you that he doesn't care and he is in charge. So let's see what happens. Who is going to go up against Mnangagwa? Who is going to stop Mnangagwa? Who is going to stop Tagwire? Today, for the first time, we're going to see Tagwire at the Central Committee. So today, right within the next few hours, you are going to see Tagwire at the Central Committee. So what is going to happen? Chiwenga has said Tagwire is not supposed to come there. What is he going to do now that Tagwire is going to show up? Very important day. You're going to see a lot today. Now, let's quickly go to other news. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I have done enough this week, enough damage. So let's go into top stories. I want to start with the independent journalist editor, Faith Zawa. Faith Zawa has been remanded in custody and she's going to appear in court today for a bail ruling. So this is crazy. This is unbelievable. What kind of a person locks up a woman in jail? Only Mnangagwa can do such a thing. Mnangagwa is paranoid and is arresting journalists. And funny enough, no one seems to care. Like there's very little outcry over these arrests of journalists. Then let's go to, let me see here what I want to look at very quickly. President Trump has announced that there's going to be a Trump Africa Summit. So from the 9th to the 11th in Washington, D.C., there is going to be a Trump Africa Summit. He has selected 5 presidents who are going to attend. And these presidents include Gabon, Senegal, and I think there is a number of other Western African countries there, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, and Mauritania. They're going to attend here. This is going to be very, very interesting. You're going to see a massive change in the policy, Africa policy of President Trump. What President Trump is looking for is what we call rare earth minerals. So rare earth minerals. So this meeting is to do with that setup. How does the US get those rare earth minerals from those 5 countries? And this is a bilateral arrangement. So you saw the US-Africa Summit that took place last week. You also saw the United States refusing to attend the United Nations event, funding for development, that took place yesterday. You saw Monica Muchangwa. So I'm going to look for a speech and I'm going to give it to you. Monica Muchangwa is over there. And also, what's his name? Minister of Finance, Mthuli Ncube, is over there. I'll show you guys the speeches. The United States is now very active. President Trump is so aware of everything that is happening. And this is crazy. I've never seen someone who is so on top of everything like President Trump. That is amazing. And as I said, I'll let you guys know when I'm in the United States, which is very, very soon. I'll be over there and I hope to meet some officials. That was amazing. Now let's go to other stories. We go to a sad incident that has taken place in Somalia. The AU helicopter has crashed, killing 5. That is 5 peacekeepers have died in Somalia. And there's been a statement about it from the AU. You can go check it out. And then obviously, the biggest story of the day is the conviction of popular man, Baltasar Ngonga, has been sentenced to 18 years in jail. So Baltasar is being sentenced for corruption and also for abuse of power. He trended recently after various videos were leaked showing him with different women, and some of them wives of government officials. So Baltasar has been sentenced to 18 years in jail. He's going to stay there for a very, very long time. And it's said that such a talented guy is going to be out of circulation. It's crazy, guys. Baltasar, one guy that no one doesn't know on this earth. So his conviction on Twitter has got millions of views. Millions of people have gone to check, especially women. They've gone to check to see why he was convicted. Okay, I think now let's go to Gambakwe features. So we featured a young lady, a very nice young lady called Shasho. You can go check it out on Gambakwe. So our entertainment guys are doing a great job. Gambakwe.com is the most updated website and YouTube channel, probably in the whole of Africa. Go and check it out. Every hour, our news readers do read news for you. And every breaking story is out on Gambakwe. And entertainment guys, if you are a popular entertainment platform and you want to be covered, our guys are alert and able. So at any moment, you just WhatsApp that number and our guys will carry your stories. If you have got a new launch, if you've got an event, go over there and our guys are on top of the situation. As you are aware, we're going to be establishing an office in the USA. So we're going to be establishing an office in the USA. That is where we want to put an office. That would be amazing. Now let's go to South Africa, and we've got Invicta Holdings. They are leaving South Africa. They're exiting South Africa due to energy issues, and they are starting to establish outside of South Africa. Specifically in the United States, they've bought an engineering company, and they've also said the GNU issues are introducing instability in South Africa. So South Africa becoming a bit of a problem. The biggest problem in South Africa is lack of access to capital. The structure of the economy in South Africa is terrible. Nothing is happening in South Africa anymore. And what they need is to sit down and re-architecture the economy. What exactly is the economy of South Africa about? At the moment, they are focusing on inflation targeting, which I think is totally wrong, instead of growth. So there's no growth in South Africa. No one is buying. If you go to any particular place, so I want to challenge anyone who is in South Africa, go out of your house and start driving around. Go to any mall, enter any shop. You are most likely to be the only person in that shop. So I'm talking about huge shops like Spar and what, all the retail, especially retail. Go to a Woolworths, go to any shop, you walk there, you are the only person in there. When I first came to South Africa, you would struggle to get to the front of a queue at a Checkers. Now, you just go in, pick up your whatever you're buying, walk straight, and most of the tills won't have a person. So out of 10 tills, you're going to see one till. And this is not because of electronic purchasing. There's just no activity in South Africa. Production is low. So retail is where everything starts to collapse. When retail collapses, everything else will follow. And then the next guys to go will be banking and financial services. You're going to see the mass market struggling. So inflation targeting is controversial. However, in South Africa, it's popular. So today, the DA, the opposition party in the GNU, has supported inflation targeting. And I've said inflation targeting is terrible. You can't do inflation targeting in a low growth environment. South Africa is an African country. I would want an inflation of 20% in South Africa. Have a lot of growth, have a lot of expenditure, and let the thing run. Guys, I'm not being crazy here. You need growth. You need people to spend. You need the economy to expand. And then inflation will come down. If the United States have got an inflation of 7%, who are you to want an inflation of 3% in South Africa, and your currency is going down. That's crazy. So I'm looking here at least at an inflation of 20%. That is suitable for South Africa, not 3%. 3% is for developed countries. If you're in Africa, if you have an inflation of around 20%, you're fine. And your interest rates might as well also be high. Right now, the banks are charging crazy interest rates. So there is rarely someone who has an interest rate of below 20%. On a credit card, the bonds, people's bonds are around 12%, houses and cars around 15%. So your inflation might just as well follow because that's where your interest rates are. So that's my view on this. And I know that many people would differ, but that's what I believe. I believe in high growth, great investment, put a lot of money in the economy. At the moment, everything has just stopped in South Africa. You look around, nothing's happening. And it's crazy. Now let's go to Zimbabwe's GDP. So they've put out the numbers. What fake numbers? So the Zimbabwe government says the GDP of Zimbabwe is now 45 billion. And they put the numbers here. Let's look at the numbers for GDP. So you're looking at agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. That is the biggest lie ever. There's no way manufacturing in Zimbabwe is bigger than mining. What are you manufacturing? That is 16 billion in Zimbabwe. So automatically, you have such numbers. You can see that that's fake. Then you've got energy, water supply and sewage, and construction. That is not true. So all these numbers are fake. Zimbabwean GDP no more than 6 billion. So these numbers are not true. The Zimbabwean GDP is around 6 billion, not around 45 billion. I challenge the guys in the statistics department to show us where education has got a GDP of 4 billion in Zimbabwe, and administrative and support, professional services, real estate. The real estate of Zimbabwe cannot be 4 billion. It's not possible. And also information technology. Now look at financial and insurance activities sitting at 12 billion. When your deposits in the banking sector are 2 billion, how is that possible? So these are fake numbers, but you can go check them out in the Herald newspapers. Guys, these are the things we need to know. The macroeconomic policy is crazy. Zimbabwe has got no macroeconomic policy. You've got what we call the ZIG. So are these numbers in ZIG or in dollars? So what are they talking about here? I believe that they have to be serious, and the lack of seriousness is coming through in their numbers. I can't believe the numbers coming out of Statistics Zimbabwe. Very crazy and madness. Now let's go to the newspapers very quickly. I want to start with the H Metro newspaper. So H Metro, my favorite newspaper. I first of all read the H Metro before I read other newspapers because they have something new every day. So let's start with their leading story, P. Diddy. Their leading P. Diddy. P. Diddy has been acquitted on 3 charges, 3 of the most serious charges. We published this on Gambakwe yesterday, and you can go and see the details in the H Metro newspaper. He's been denied bail. Not denied, but delayed. So bail is going to be announced on Tuesday, most likely, because today there's no court in America. Tomorrow is a holiday, 4th of July, and weekend the courts are closed. Monday, most likely there won't be anything, and Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, that's when we expect an answer for P. Diddy. Very sad situation here, but you can go and check it out over here. Then we've got a nice story here. In fact, crazy story. And this is a man who has gone to court. He's called Innocent Dingani. A cop has been granted maintenance. So Innocent Dingani has taken his wife, Memory Mawarire, to court. And he wants her to pay him maintenance. And the judge has granted him $60 a month because Memory was granted custody of the children. However, she took back the children to Innocent and said, you can have the kids, and she's not helping with the bills. So the judge has said she must pay $60. So he says, I was married to Memory Mawarire from 2009 to 2023. And during our marriage, we gave birth to 2 children. She's not helping me to feed the children or pay school fees for both children. Despite being given the custody by the court, she gave me back the children. Memory argued that she returns home every weekend to look after the children. She also claims that she was the one who bought school uniforms for the children. I have been to the courts with this man several times because of his bad character and his irresponsibility. He's one of the laziest men under the sun, who always wants to be helped by his wife. We have since separated because of that, and he's been a threat to my housemates. 3 different housemates left unceremoniously because of him, and I'm the one who brought 80% of the building material for our house. I don't know what he was doing to the housemates. What were you doing, that innocent, to the housemates? So, can you believe that such a beautiful wife, and you are going after the housemates? Who does that? No wonder she left. Yeah, any woman would do that. If you go after the housemates, she will leave. Then let's go to Raphael Mushana Wami. Mushana Wani. What kind of name is Mushana Wani? Mushana Wani. Mushana is the sun, which comes out in the morning when you're cold. You go and sit there. So that's Raphael Mushana Wani. He is voted the ZNCC 2024 Business Leader of the Year. I don't know what he's done at Net One, but ndoda mari yangu mudhara tipei chipanzi changu. Ndi Raphael Mushana Wani. So that is a very interesting development. Is Net One the biggest and best run company in Zimbabwe? Let's think about it. What about the guys at the most biggest company, Econet? What about the guys in insurance, the banking sector? Is he the one? Is he on top of everybody? What is the criteria? So what is the criteria that they use for this? And then obviously we have another story here of young Zimbabwean Tawanda Chirewa. He's in Dubai currently. Go check it out in the H Metro newspaper. He is enjoying life over there with his friends. And talking of cars, South Africa has released their top most bought cars. So in South Africa, they produce a list of how many cars are bought per month. So the top selling cars of South Africa in the past month of June are as follows. So let me show you the cars. So on your screen, you can see that the Toyota Hilux is the most bought car, followed by the Ford Ranger, followed by the Toyota Corolla, VW Polo, Isuzu D-Max, Chery Tiggo. So the first Chinese car is a Chery Tiggo. Then you go to the Suzuki Swift, Hyundai Grand i10, Haval Jolion, Suzuki. So Haval is another Chinese car. Then Suzuki Fronx, Toyota Fortuner. So Toyota Fortuner and Toyota Hilux, Mahindra Scorpio, pickup, Toyota Starlet, Suzuki Ertiga, Toyota Vitz at number 15. So you can see that right at the top there is no luxury brand. All the way, you can see VW Polo Vivo is the smallest car among the VWs. VW Polo is even 16 there. And Nissan, you keep going down. Look at the Renault Kwid. It's 21. That's crazy. And then you got the Land Cruiser. Big car. Toyota Land Cruiser is doing very well. Then VW is at the top. Omoda, look at Omoda. It's at 478 cars. The Omoda is like a Chinese Range Rover Evoque. So if someone wants to buy an Evoque, they would rather buy the Omoda because of the features. Then look at the Haval over there at 456. So Chinese guy is doing very well, and the numbers are quite high. Let's see where the Mercedes-Benz is or the BMW. The BMW is at number 39. This car used to be one of the top cars since they stopped the 3 Series. it's no longer at the top. So look at the cars that are being bought in South Africa. Look at the Jet X70 Plus. Those are Chinese cars doing very, very well in South Africa. The Citroen is even doing better than some cars like BMW. That's crazy. And then there's the Toyota Rumion. That is the old Avanza over there. Amazing stuff. And the Cherry is 2 cars in the top 30. There's also the Cherry Tiggo 7 and the Nissan Navara at the top over there. So check out this list. I'll put it on Gambakwe if you want to know which cars are selling. And what has happened is today, Kudatagwire has apparently gone to one of the biggest car dealers in Zimbabwe and bought all the cars. And you'll be handing out cars to all Central Committee members. That is Tagwire there for you. He wants to be the next president of Zimbabwe. Now let's go to the Chronicle newspaper before we go to Zambia. I want to look at the Chronicle newspaper. The Chronicle newspaper is the Bulawayo newspaper. I don't know who's the editor there now. Normally what these guys used to do is they would go on the ground. So you know that most newspapers are just like, they'll go online and they look and then they publish. So the Chronicle newspaper would go to the actual place and check. So let's see what they've done now. They've seriously changed. It's almost as if now they sit there at the desk and look and say, what do we put on this page? What do we put on this page? That is terrible news. We don't like it. We want news that shows what is happening on the ground. So anyway, they have something here of interest. And look at Mnangagwa in the new ambassador of Kenya. So the new ambassador of Kenya, Ms. Gertrude Nyausi Angote, after she presented her credentials, I like it. And then let's look at Gogo Perina Jo. She died in a shocking fire when her skirt caught fire. Guys, our old people are living like this. Pasina Mnangagwa Arkuura vanhu nenzara. That is what is happening in the villages. You still live in a place with no door. Do you realize that this woman was living in a house with no door? She died in a fire because obviously she can't see. So at 107, she is out there. There is no old people's homes. In South Africa, there's old people's homes everywhere. So she died in a tragic fire accident. And which place is this? From Bengo village in Ward 17, Gwanda district. Tragically died after her clothes caught fire while she was in her kitchen hut. She passed away on Tuesday at 12 p.m. alone. And her neighbors just heard her screaming. That is terrible. And our old people need care. We need a new leader. Okay, and then let's go to Zambia. As you are aware, today is the deadline. The Zambians are supposed to agree on the body of Lungu. But given the fact that we've gotten to this point, it means there's no agreement, which means by the 18th, that is when we're going to get an answer. So let's see what the Zambians are saying. Let's look at this newspaper here. This is the newspaper I read daily in Zambia, the Daily Mail. And it says, HH pledges to tackle economic growth obstacles. UN report hails Zambia as model of economic turnaround, and HH in national interest on Lungu Burial, UPND. Who is speaking here? Let's see who is speaking. That is, sorry, I don't see who this guy is. Apologies about that. I think there's been a bit of a smash on the way that the newspaper is structured. It's very difficult for me to read this paper. Most of the time, I actually get out of the paper. I don't know if it's because of me or what. But when you click on it, it kind of gets out. Maybe it's because it's so small. So let's try to be careful this time. So I'm going to click here and move here. So it says, HH acting in national interest on Lungu Burial, UPND. So you go to page 3, you're going to see the story over there. And then police to charge Faith with idle and disorderly conduct. What's her name? So Zambia police will say to charge Faith Musonda, a businesswoman, with the offense of idle and disorderly conduct following her decision to storm community house in New Kasama around 1 yesterday. Yesterday, around 3 and 1, Mrs. Musonda, while driving a Toyota Fortuner, went to community house in New Kasama Regional area. Upon being approached by members of staff, she allegedly conducted herself in a disruptive manner. He says Mrs. Musonda, 41, a resident of Chalala in Lusaka, is detained at Woodlands Police Station. So I don't know. I know this name, Faith Musonda. What is she about? I don't know what she's about. I'll figure it out. Right. So Faith Musonda over there in jail. She's going to be in cooling down. I've been in a Zambian detention myself. I was with one of the most interesting police officers ever. She was amazing. And the Zambian police are amazing. Who is this young lady here? So Mapalo Chasaya's fight against child marriage. So she's over here. Go check it out. And I think that is what they have in Zambia. Let's look at my people. So my people that I follow online, Madam Boss has deleted her tweet on depression. So I don't know why she's done that. That was probably advice from her people to say, delete that thing, Madam Boss. Some things you don't say in public. So let's see if she has deleted or it was just me who thought that she deleted. So let's look here. So as I said, most people are going through a lot. So let's start with Madam Boss herself. What has she posted? So Ichi Chirungu Changu, please. Shamuri me night. So she did post something. Let's see if she's got anything else. What a beautiful dress. I love it. So she's got what is called VIP couture. So let's see.
All I want is a simple life where peace lives and stress fades.
Okay, that is Miss Madam Boss over there. And she's got a lot of other adverts going on here. And as I said to you, she seems to have deleted that tweet, that particular post about depression, but she didn't. Let's see. Yes, she still has it over here. That is 1 July. I'm not okay, Mufunge. So what's going on, Madam Boss? And then let's look at Duma Boko, the president of Botswana. He last posted on the 1st. That is, he's not feeling well. You know that he's not feeling well. And he is feeling sick. So I don't see where he posted that he was feeling well. He was not feeling well. But he posted that he's not feeling well. And he is got a minor illness. Then let's go to President Hakainde Hichilema. President Hakainde Hichilema, always on top of his game. He last posted 11 hours ago. We're honored to host a high-level agreement engagement with the World Bank delegation. So the World Bank delegation, led by Dr. Achimfok, arrived inside of Zambia. Zambia is amazing. I love Zambia. And this room, most people who have been to this room, they know it. So it's great. President Hakainde Hichilema over there, what did they discuss? Can go and check out on his Facebook profile. Then let's look at, I want to quickly look at Minnie. What did Minnie post today? What did she post? Did Minnie post or she was celebrating Nemdara Wangu? Okay, she's not posted anything new. And then Sadak, what is Sadak posted? Quickly. That is Sadak celebrates 30 years anniversary of the Southern African Power Pool. So you know that the Southern African Power Pool is amazing. It's got no power. And do you see July? Is that July? July moyo. Nikabudziwani. Mdara That's July moyo, man. Then what else? Let's look at this young, beautiful lady who is here. Eswatini delegation arrived at Sadak. So that is what we had for today. Let me now recap so that we don't take too much time and we don't talk longer than Makandiwa. So what we said here is that Mnangagwa has deployed the military yesterday in Harare. The reason why he deployed the military was to flex his muscle. According to my sources, he deliberately did this to flex his muscle, to show that he's in charge, to show that Geza can speak, but he cannot do nothing. And that is what my sources say. He is challenging these guys. And Mnangagwa is going about his business as if he doesn't care. So that is what is happening. He is deploying the army just for fun. It's like a joyride. And this deployment was not done by the military, it was done by Mnangagwa, according to my sources, and is going on with this corruption. Now let's go to the comments. Was Chiwenga fired yesterday? If not, what do you say after helping? Do you know what I said, Mkomo? Let me explain to you. The firing of Chiwenga is a process. It's not going to happen the way you think, that Mnangagwa is going to stand up and just fire him. It's going to take days and days, but it's ongoing. It's currently in process. So listen to me very carefully about what is going to happen. What's happening is not reversible. So there are things that cannot be changed. And that is Mnangagwa and Chiwenga doing things together until Mnangagwa steps down. It won't happen. The two guys are not working together. They're fighting like a cat and a dog. And if Mnangagwa doesn't fire Chiwenga, Chiwenga gets stronger and stronger, and Mnangagwa gets weaker and weaker as his term ends. So Mnangagwa won't allow it. That's why you see that Tagwire is getting those big contracts. And today at Central Committee, you're going to see a progression. So it progresses. Eventually, you're going to see Mnangagwa standing here and Chiwenga standing here, and them exchanging words. That day is coming. When you see Mnangagwa exchanging words with Chiwenga, we now reached a point where someone's going to get fired. And it's very close because Chiwenga has started talking about corruption. Have you seen what Mnangagwa did yesterday? What he said about what the leaders of ZANU-PF should do and say. So the exchanging of words have started. And you're going to see the removal of Chiwenga. That is the next big event. And that is a good thing. The removal of Chiwenga is good because Chiwenga cannot be president from the vice presidents. So for Chiwenga to be president, he must first of all be fired from under Mnangagwa, because currently he's part of the team of Mnangagwa. It's like your children or your wife trying to fight you. It won't work. It won't work, but your small ones can fight you because he's outside. Yeah. Pakaipa. They pretend not to work together. Kuma Peter. Yeah. Let's see. Where is Chabangu? Chabangu is no one. Chabangu ni mainini. Chamisa di baba mkuru. Baba mkuru, yeah, yes. Do you guys know what that means? When you get married, right? First day you get married, the wife is gonna bring some assistance. And they will boil water for the whole family. So that is a Shona culture. In our cultures, there's no geezers. So they'll bring an assistant and they'll boil water and they'll make sure that everyone is bathed in the whole family. That is called first day of being married. And that is the culture of Baba Mkuru where Mugeze. ZANU-PF is growing in popularity while you all focus on the future of fake stories and worthless wishes. I don't care about ZANU. ZANU is no one. ZANU is going nowhere until you remove Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is such a big problem. Guys, if you don't know, Mnangagwa has destroyed our country. Mnangagwa ariku raivanu nenzara. Mnangagwa akabroka anoda Chema Tsenganzungu. Chema Tsenganzungu aende kubikita kunotamba muchongoyo. Muchongoyo. That is all that is good for Mnangagwa. Okay, I think we've covered everything and it's been amazing. Thursday is my rest day. I don't work out on Thursdays. Do you know that I work out 5 days times 2? So every day, I work out 2 times a day. So in the morning, I work out for an hour. And in the evening, I work out for an hour. Why? Because at my age, it's very important for me to be extra strong. So one of the things that I take is mve. So mve is a herb from Zimbabwe. Kapiam dara. Every day, everywhere you see me, I've got kapiam dara. It increases alertness, and there are other things here for guys on the left. Amazing stuff, especially number one. Most guys, they like it. And then for women, fibroids and other things for skin, hair growth, all these things here. So if you're in Kariba, you can now pick up your packet immediately at our agent. So WhatsApp me on these numbers and you can pick up immediately. In Kariba, you can pick up in Bulawayo, you can pick up in Harare, you can pick up in Johannesburg by Uber, you can pick up in Cape Town, then UK, United States, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, you can pick up Ireland by DHL. So all this is so that you guys are mutongwe nema salad. Atidi muna notongwa nema salad. Plus, one thing you must understand is when you go to work in the mornings and you need energy, look at Gambakwe. Did you know that when I went to sleep, it was 11 and I'm back now at 3. I woke up at 3. So I only sleep 4 hours. I am like a guardian angel. I watch over the news. So that is because of mve. Mve is amazing. So take, for example, we got the coffees. So let me show you the coffees. These coffees are here. Right, the coffee. This is our coffee. Here. This is available in Harare at our agent. Then we've got other herbs. So for the guys who are in Harare, we've got serious herbs over at our shop. And I don't want to show you too much now, but let me tell you what to do. Let's say you're buying this coffee. You don't just pour it in your tea. You have to use it with mve. So you have to put your mve first, and then you put your coffee. If you ukatenga to my periods twako, to town. First of all, you have to put your mve, your coffee, and then you put your ginger and your honey, and then oro periods kako. Panofiwa, kanofa, kamvana kako. Someone phoned me saying, Gambakwe, why did you say kambana kako? It's actually a Shona thing. It's allowed to say that. It's just a shortcut, guys. Don't be so serious. But I will say it again. Darega, Vasikana, returning soldier. Takuchinja uti, returning soldier. Free chatunga. Pasina chatunga. Pasina ye, zidzoro. Arikunyadzisa mai vake chatunga. Chatunga tumawo magadi. Not kuti iwe wega. One day uchafurwa musoro. So tuma magads kana uchida hondo. Don't do it yourself. Where have you ever seen muna nemari achita dirty work? It's like Wikino. Do you think Wikino will do his own dirty job? No, he's going to send someone else. So chatunga akapusa. Anoita zuzu. Shaila uti agunza asungwa. Idzungu iroro. Idzungu chatunga. Chatunga. What does chatunga mean anyway? Chatunga doesn't it mean idzungu? Maybe that's why chatunga. Stop it right now. Chatunga. Stop embarrassing your mother. Neguita zusabasa. Okay, I think we've covered everything, guys. And Chamisa is not posted on his Twitter. Let's see if it's posted on he's got a channel called Chamisa News Channel. So let's see what Chamisa has posted. I am in Mondoro. That was the last time he posted. Did you see this one? Chamisa, blessed Sunday. God bless you and the family. Homeboy wangu Chamisa, if he becomes president, Zimbabwe will become a land of milk and honey, and Mese occupy $1,500 a month, and then pani ava vanonzi nyoka yemabhunu updates. they've posted. Go and check it out. All you hear is Masquera say my comrade. Masquera say my comrade. Man, I like that. Masquera say my comrade. Let's hear the other.
Zimbabwe mangwanana akanaka mese.
Siriyo induda Masquera say my comrade.
Good evening, Zimbabwe. Masquera say Murie Zimbabwe.
All right, Masquera say Murie Zimbabwe. It has changed. It doesn't say Masquera say my comrade. Go check it out. All these people are playing with Zimbabweans. Please. My Jeremiah court case is tomorrow. That is the judgment on Friday. And I think I've covered everything. Guys, I need to go. 45 minutes were up. And I'll see you again a little bit later as we look at the ZANU-PF Central Committee. And as I said, Pakadaro, Zimbabwe is going to do very, very well. Zimbabwe will not die. Zimbabwe will not die. My own area, Zimbabwe will not die. Go and check it out. And it's amazing. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And a good day to you all.